do it the same way as usual.
What in the world?
That just pops up because you hit F12.
Alright. Hello, everybody. It's Derpy Squid. It's not Derpy Sheep. He has died.
I did not die, just so you know.
And,
Don't get the wrong idea.
Yeah, he lost a bet, and so I'm recording this video. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. So we're gonna be doing heavy melee. It's pretty basic build, but it is very viable and does a ton of damage.
This is the point of video where I tell you to subscribe as Derpy Panda. You need to subscribe. Subscribe. Derpy Sheep will get probably monetized soon if you subscribe. So subscribe and you will get better mythic luck when loot running.
You're gonna start off with the helmet. Almost all of these armors are pretty self-explanatory. The helmet is obsidian framed helmet. This helmet is good because it gives tons of min-attack neutral or raw melee it gives 4,000 and it's set, so you don't have to hope on getting good rolls. It comes from the Hive Master item. It'll be your one Hive Master item in this build.
What if I haven't done the Hive?
Then I'm sorry, do the Hive. Dark Steel full helmet is not that good, but if you're sad and you haven't done the Hive, you can use that. The chest plate is Tauros. It's pretty easy, not really much left about it. It's just same thing, good raw melee damage and good melee damage percent. And if you're not using Tauros, then I don't really know what to do. It has good health, it's good everything. Just use Tauros. It's not very expensive. The leggings, Writhing Growth. These are from EO.
What if I haven't beaten Neo?
If you haven't beaten EO, then that's actually normal people. I've done very little EO runs, but I still have Writhing Growth. What is it? Earthbreaker? Use Earthbreaker because it gives some raw melee, but not nearly enough. Try and get Writhing Growth. It does a lot of damage and it really helps. The boots, Blind Thrust. If you really want to use a build and get as much damage as possible, you can use Dawnbreak and change some of the accessories. And we won't get into that much further because we don't want to, but if you really want to, use Dawnbreak. But Blind Thrust are kind of simple. Lots of heavy melee damage, raw melee. It also has Mana Seal, which is kind of nice in this build because you use Vanish a lot. And all of these give pretty good health, so you have a lot of health in this build, over 19,000 health. Your two rings are both the exact same. They're both fractured. This is for lifesteal and health bonus, and these are nice because lifesteal is really the only way you're going to be living, and you get over 1,000 lifesteal with this build on max stats, which means you're basically never going to die if you know how to use this build.
What if you don't have fractures?
Fractures are on the TM.
Okay.
The bracelet, this is where a lot of the change comes because there's multiple bracelet options. The one we're going to be using this build is Atlas, and it's there for the lifesteal. But you can also, if you want damage, you can use Momentum, which has a lot of the highest raw melee damage of any bracelet. And also, there's another one called Emity, which has like a mix of both.
Yeah, it's got Mana Steel.
Is that it?
And damage, yeah. And
Yeah.
skill points.
Okay. Yeah, you can also use Emity. It's a mix of both. And it's just nice. It's kind of like a middle ground between Atlas and Momentum.
Except it's not, 'cause it doesn't give lifesteal.
You know what? Nobody cares. All right. The necklace for this is Drain. Drain is really only here for lifesteal. That's really all it brings to the table. And this one is untrade. Where do you get the Drain? Drain from Corrupted Underworld Crypt. It requires 2 runs. And it's pretty simple, nice lifesteal. That's all it's used for. And the weapon, there's many weapons, but the best one, in my opinion, and also Derpy Sheep's, is Anvil Crawler because it has a ton of damage and it's not using in Limbo. The other option is Limbo, and I don't really like Limbo because it has negative health regen, which is kind of just annoying in like any build.
Although there is a way you could use Limbo for like a rage heavy melee.
They can't hear you.
Yeah, they could totally hear me.
You're really quiet.
Okay, so you can use Limbo for like a rage heavy melee hybrid type thing if you wanted to play a more glassy playstyle because of the negative health regen.
This is really quiet.
But still, I'm in the background, so that's just what I'm saying. Also, another option is Surrogate if you want just good survivability. Anyway, I'm gone.
Yes, use Anvil Crawler. You get more damage. And we use Quake Earth Powders on everything. That's like the main part that makes it so strong is Quake. With Quake in this build, you get over 100,000. You get an average of 175,000 damage for a single Quake, which is just insane. You'll be one-shotting almost any mob ever, except for big bosses. And this is just a normal heavy melee build. Basically, you just vanish, hit, and that's basically all you do. And use Quake anytime you can.
Yeah, and with the Quake, you get about 40k DPS if you're quaking every 4th hit, you know. You get about 40k DPS because Quakes double your DPS, and that's with Vanish. If you're doing a different class like Warrior, you're getting a lot less. With Warrior, you could use a weapon like Undying or APOC or something, but really just use Assassin if you're doing heavy melee.
Alrighty, guys, now on to the outro.